Hi, I'm James Schillinglaw. I'm here at the ASTA Global Convention in Chicago. I'm here with a familiar face, Dan DeRazzo, who's the Director of Communications and Marketing for Allianz. If you don't know Allianz, that's the insurance company that really insures a lot of travelers all over the world, and they work closely with the trade. And there's a lot going on right now, obviously, because of the COVID epidemic and pandemic, I should say. And we're going to learn a few things that Allianz is doing right now to make it a lot easier for you and your clients to get great insurance products on their travel. And you're going to find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Dan, first of all, it's great to see you again. We get together, it seems like all the time at these conferences, but now we're back. We're going to conferences again, right?
It's great to be out of the office, James, and on the road again. I haven't been at a conference in a while, so it's great to be here in Chicago with ASTA. It's great to see you, and it's great to see so many of our travel advisor partners here in Chicago as well.
Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in terms of the travel insurance field now. I know a lot of travel advisors really want to make sure that their clients can be insured against trips that somehow get canceled, that things come on. And in fact, one of the things you have done is put in epidemic coverage. And talk about that exactly, because that's pretty new, right?
Sure. Well, it's been ongoing because, with travel insurance, it takes a while to get new products out. They have to be filed in every state. It's a time-consuming process. What we did in March of 2020, when this all first started, was put in some temporary accommodations to cover people if they became ill with COVID, either before their trip started or while they were traveling. Fast forward to March of this year, and we made those accommodations permanent, and we also added coverage for mandatory quarantines and denied
boarding. Which is a big thing right now, because if you do get test positive for COVID and you get stuck, right?
Yeah, so we're covering those mandatory personal quarantines, and we also added coverage for denied boarding for a suspected illness. So we made permanent the things we had, and we added some additional coverage as well.
No, that's great, because that was something at the beginning. I mean, no one knew how to deal with this at the beginning, because it was, it's not, we call it epidemic, it's a pandemic, so it's a little different, right?
Yeah, and it's still ongoing and still changing, and we're still working hard to take care of our customers and our travel advisor partners to make sure that their clients are well taken care of as well.
Now, you've also done some things in getting information out to the retail distribution market. I believe you have a new retail marketing website?
We do. We just launched this August. It's hot off the presses. AllianzPartnersToolkit.com, which is a new retail marketing website for our travel advisor partners. And there's all kinds of resources on there. There's materials that they can print out. There's posters for the office. There's social media campaigns that they can grab and use on their own social media. There's a lot of great stuff in there. AllianzPartnersToolkit.com. It's a great one-stop shop for our travel advisor partners to go and grab all the information that they want, and also to keep abreast of the changing environment as far as travel insurance coverage goes with this pandemic.
Well, as we know, this pandemic is causing changes almost every day to places that either open, they close. I mean, it's hard for us to keep up very often. That places that go on lockdown, and then all of a sudden you can't go, and then what do you do? A lot of suppliers have put in their famous future cruise credits, future tour credits, things like that. So people go a year later or whenever they can, but there is that other aspect to it, because you may have already paid for your flights and everything else, right?
That's true. And one of the things that we did right at the beginning was allow people to change the dates of their travel insurance policy up to 770 days from the time they purchased it. So if their trip was pushed out a year or two, they can still use that policy.
So they don't have to buy a new one, they just get the same policy, right?
Just use the one that you had, or if your travel supplier cancels your trip due to COVID-19, we will refund your premium, which really helps a lot of people out when they need that money back.
Absolutely, and everybody thinks, well, if my trip is canceled, what do I do? You take the time to book out a vacation, and you don't necessarily have the flexibility to do it right away again until maybe the next year, right?
That's true, and that brings me to my next point, is that When we rolled out those enhancements to our products to cover the pandemic, they were for our per trip products. So what we've done as of this August is to add them to our annual products. So what we're seeing is people taking more trips more frequently. We call them microcations because they're short trips more frequently. And so an annual product, which our travel advisors have access to, is really great for those frequent travelers when they start to get on the road a lot. So we've added those epidemic enhancements to those annual products. And this month we're rolling out a campaign through travel influencers, those travel bloggers.
I was going to ask you about
those writers, those folks that do video and write blogs, to get them involved so they can tell consumers about what we're doing with the annual products. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so they really got to get consumers to understand what travel insurance is all about and how it can protect them. Sounds like a great idea. Anything else going on at Allianz these days?
You know, we've just been busy taking care of our customers, as many travel suppliers have, and we want to make sure that when people call us, we're there and we can answer questions. We don't want travel advisors to have to be experts. We're the experts, and we're there to answer those questions.
That's great. Well, it's been a tough year for everyone, and it's been a pandemic that nobody saw coming and something that we all had to deal with. But it sounds like Allianz is stepping up to the plate and doing the things necessary to make sure travelers are protected in the future.
And you know, the last thing that we're doing, which I think is really important, is we have this Agent Max travel insurance booking platform. It's won a lot of awards. It's very useful for travel advisors to purchase travel insurance for their clients. It's online. It's got all the great tools that they need, including marketing tools. We just rolled out a group booking tool that travel advisors can use just to pull in their groups and get them all signed up for travel insurance. Take advantage of that revenue, take advantage of the opportunity to protect their client's trip, and it's really easy to do. So we're really proud that we rolled that out this month.
So Agent Max, you can get all your clients insured online, get it, and actually get commission for it, right?
That's right. Make that commission and protect your clients at the same time.
Not a bad deal, and it's something that your clients will appreciate, you'll appreciate as booking them, and hopefully we won't get caught short. God forbid we have another pandemic. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we are emerging finally, variant Delta notwithstanding, but it seems to be that we're getting back to traveling, and I think you and I are evidence of that because we're here, right?
We're in Chicago and having a great time, and we're glad we're here.
Well, Dan, we should do this more often, right?
We should. Let's do it.
We will try to get to more of these conferences, and we'll have more chats with Dan. Look on Insider Travel Report because we've written up something about this, and you'll see Dan and me talking about this. But even before, we will have done some articles about all of these new programs from Allianz. Again, Dan, thank you for taking the time. I know you were down on the trade show floor trying to explain all this to everybody, and you probably got to get back. And I saw a lot of people standing in the line, so I don't want to take you away from there.
It's great always to be with you, James. Thanks for having me.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.